Very good morning students. In this video we are going to see 8th lesson of civics, that is confronting marginalization. What is the name of the chapter? Confronting marginalization. Last chapter we have seen different types of marginalization in the name of religion or in the name of caste, like the different things, and same thing we have studied in 7th standard also little bit. So how we are living with this marginalization, that we are going to see. So we can see the chapter main headings. Invoking fundamental rights. What are the fundamental rights related to the marginalized people that we can see? And that is then laws for the marginalized. Some other than the constitutional provisions, in some other laws it is there, like reservations, like that many things are there, like that laws we will see. So this lesson we will study many article numbers and many technical terms we will study. So be careful when you are reading the lesson. Then protecting the rights of Dalits and Adivasis, to whom we are calling Dalits. That nowadays Dalits means these are SC and ST, scheduled caste and scheduled tribe together we are calling. But normally Dalits means scheduled caste people. Then Adivasi means that we know last lesson we have seen, that is the which group? A tribal group. Then we are giving some protection laws or some special provision to them to protect. Then for that, scheduled caste and scheduled tribe prevention of aristocracies act 1989, one of the act we are giving, that we are going to study in details. The next one we can see some of the work what they was doing in olden days and what happened now, what are they doing the same thing or somebody else. Then Adivasi demands and the act of 1989 act, they are asking for CK Janu, like that some of the Adivasi leaders, they are working for the development of the Adivasi people and they are getting some of the extra provisions with the help of the act of 1989. These are the things of our lesson. Very few points are there, but you want to learn the act names as well as article number, constitution articles, and in which year, like that many technical things we want to understand, because we already studied about the major part of constitution, what it is, how it is, like that. So we'll start with our this one introduction of the lesson. In the previous chapter, we read about two different groups and their experience of inequality and discrimination. What are that two groups? One is Adivasi, another one is Muslim community. Through powerless, such group have fought, protest and struggle against being excluded or dominated by other. So they want to get the provisions or some security, some protection in the society. For that purpose, they are made the groups and they are fighting against the people, those who are dominating them. They are asking, they conducted some protest rallies and other things. They started struggling against that. Okay, they have attempted to overcome their situation by adopting a range of strategies in their long history. Religious solace, armed struggle, self-improvement and education, economical uplift, there appears to be no one way of doing things. In which way they try to come to the mainstream of the society. They are doing in different way. They are having the religious solace. They are coming together in religious groups. They are fighting or they are making the prayers and other things. Then armed struggle, they had taken weapons and struggled. And again, self-improvement and education, they try to improve the quality of their life and their education. And then economical upliftment, to getting the better job and getting doing the better business, and like that they are try to become the economically also uplifted. In like that different ways they try to overcome this marginalization. In all cases, the choice of struggle has depended on the circumstances at the marginalized find themselves in. And in this chapter, we will read about some of the ways in which groups and individuals challenge existing inequalities. Still, the challenge of this marginalized, it is there in the society. How the people they are trying to, or they are challenging at the mainstream of the society to come to the get equality. Adivasi, Dalits, Muslims, women and other marginalized argue that simply by being citizen of a democratic country they possess equal rights and must be respected. So the people, those who are marginalized common groups, we can see that one, Adivasis, Dalits, Muslims and women, they are getting, some of the other marginalized groups also are there, and they are the marginalized from the society, mainstream of the society. And what they are saying like that, even though we are the citizen of a democratic country, we want to get the equal rights with other people, and we want to get the respect also. Many among them look up to the constitution to address their concern. In this chapter, we will see why the Constitution of India is something that marginalized group invoke in the course of their struggle. They are quoting the Constitution's articles, and they are saying like that, because of this one we want to get the equality, or we want to get the justice, we want to get respect. They are saying why they are doing like that, and which articles are helping them to argue like that. Apart from this, we will look at how rights are translated into laws to protect groups from continued exploitation, and we will also look at the government effort to formulate policies to the promote access of these groups to developed. So we are going to see the constitutional rights, what is provisions, what are given to the marginalized people, at the same time how the government is trying to protect themselves, that particular groups away from because of the exploitation what they are facing in the society, or they want to reach to the development. Another one, how their argument for their what we can say their rights, how it is becoming laws. Like that, three parts we are going to see. First one, invoking the fundamental rights, what they are saying like that, because of this right we want to get some of the provisions they are saying, which are there, that we are going to see. The Constitution, as you have learned in the first chapter of this book, lays down the principles that makes our society and polity democratic. We know in the Constitution we can see the basic things about our democratic country. It is there in our Constitution. They are defined in and through the list of fundamental rights, and we have seen that fundamental rights also. So here again we are mentioning the fundamental rights, because of that one only these marginalized group, they are not only that, many things they are taking. So they are also having the fundamental rights to get education, to keep their own culture like that. Then these rights are available to all Indians equally. So the marginalized or not marginalized, mainstream of the society, or economically or socially well set up people, all having the equal rights when we are considering the fundamental rights. As far the marginalized are concerned, they have drawn on these rights into two ways. First, by insisting on their fundamental rights, they have forced the government to recognize the injustice done to them. So what they are doing, the marginalized people, they are taking two ways. First way, they are saying that fundamental rights, these are the fundamental rights, and we are facing the injustice, and the government is not recognizing them, the government is not providing justice to them, like that they are saying. Second one, they have insisted that government enforce these laws, and they are asking, we want to get it by enforcing the law. What the government want to do, the fundamental rights they want to give to all people, or enforce this, or enhance it. In some instance, the struggle of the marginalized have influenced the government to frame new laws. Because of that one, what the government is doing, government is framing new laws in keep the spirit of the fundamental rights. For that new laws, what the government is depending, or what they are depending, they are keeping the spirit of the fundamental rights. So we are going to see many articles. Be careful, take your pencil in your hand, ready to underline. Article 17 of the Constitution states untouchability has been abolished. One of the question for 10th standard board exam of objective type. What is the main theme of Article 17 of our Constitution? That is, untouchability has been abolished with the help of Article 17. So very important lesson. What is meant is that no one can henceforth prevent Dalits from educating themselves, entering temples, using public facilities. It also means that it is wrong to practice untouchability, and this practice will not tolerate by a democratic government. In fact, untouchability is a punishable crime. Very important thing. Knowingly or unknowingly we are practicing sometimes. Okay, Article 17 of our Constitution, it is stating that untouchability has been abolished. It is stopped. We can't practice untouchability. And the last sentence saying untouchability is a punishable crime. So, what is the meaning of the untouchability is abolished? Here we can see in the second and third sentence. And first one, that is, it is we can't prevent, no one should not prevent, to whom? The Dalit, for what? From educating themselves or entering the temples using the public facilities. And still we can see in some of the temples they are making like that some of the division. If it is the person from Dalit community or the Adivasi community, they want to stand out of the wall like that they are saying. Then at the same time they are saying like that it is wrong to practice untouchability, and this practice will not tolerate by a democratic government. And why I said knowingly or unknowingly we are practicing like that. And when we are going to our grandparents' house in the villages, we can see our grandparents will say like that, don't go to that house, this house, or don't, even though if you are going there, don't enter in their house, or if you are entering the house, when you are coming back you want to take bath, should not eat or drink anything from that, like from that house, like that. Many instructions we are getting because of this part, because they practice that one in their childhood. So it is difficult to change, making changes in them. Even though it is punishable crime, they won't go to that particular houses where they can't go, banned houses they won't go, and they won't make like that any relation with them. When they are seeing in the roadside, they may say like that, hi, bye, that much where you are going, that much they will ask and finish. In olden days that also want think. Now we are students of 7th standard, we are not thinking like that, this person from Adivasi or that person from this group and that group, but we will go everywhere and we are mingling with everyone. But our grandparents or great grandparents will give like this some of the instruction to us, and we will feel awkward. Why? They are not a human being. We will ask like that questions. Instead of asking questions, try to understand the attitude of our grandparents and help them to overcome by make them to be aware, instead of making them irritating. Slowly, with carefully, lovely, with in lovable words you can speak to them. This is not a good one like that. Okay, we will continue in next video.